I'm sort of kind of back from the dead. I was sick for like a long time and now I'm feeling a little bit better. So I may have quite a few jump cuts in this because I might have to like pause it to go blow my nose or cough like I'm dying or something. But anyway, we're doing a video because I have now ordered some copies of my manuscripts, just like proof copies, so that I have something that I can edit out of a paperback instead of having to do all my editing on the screen. So now I feel like I can actually do kind of a comparison between CreateSpace's printing and KDP, which for those who don't know, KDP took over CreateSpace basically at this point. And we're gonna kind of talk about the differences that I've noticed. Some of the things I like, unfortunately not very many of the things, but I do like some of the things, and some of the things I'm not thrilled about. All right, so the first thing that I actually really did like about KDP versus CreateSpace is that CreateSpace had this thing that I always found, I didn't find it annoying the first time I printed copies with them, but then I found it really annoying the next couple times, and I'm gonna explain why. They had this thing where they, before you could order a proof copy, after you've already done it through the previewer, which I'd imagine is already doing all these checks, they'd make you wait another 24 hours before you could actually order your proof copies, because like they had to check them for whatever. I always assumed it was to make sure that they would print properly, but they didn't do a very good job of that with that 24 hours, as I learned, because not a single copy I've ever gotten from CreateSpace, and I've ordered like 4 or 5 copies, ever came to me with a perfect cover that wasn't like the spine was slightly off center to where it was supposed to be, or it randomly had like a little white line up in the one corner where like it's obvious that when they put the things on the machine they were like slightly crooked or something, and it printed wrong. So I don't know what they were doing with that 24 hours, but like they didn't seem to do anything. And it was annoying to have to wait that extra time for seemingly them to do nothing that actually affected the quality of your prints. However, now KDP does not do that, and I was very pleasantly surprised by that, because that was one of my pet peeves about CreateSpace. When you want to order a proof copy of your manuscript, you just upload it through the previewer, which we will be discussing later in this video, because anyway. But anyway, upload it through the previewer. After you look at it, you approve it, and then it'll give you the option to order a proof copy. They will send you an email within 4 hours basically saying, hey, Amazon's ready to print this for you, and send it to you, assuming you selected Amazon. That's a whole nother thing, because they have like a drop-down option of where you want to order it from. Anyway, I thought that was kind of weird. But anyway, it worked really good. I actually got my emails within about 2 hours on each of the books that I was ordering, which was nice. And then I got them super, super quick from Amazon, even though it was Christmas week that I ordered them, and they got to me nice and quick. So that was a nice surprise. All right. One of the other things that I really like about KDP versus CreateSpace has to do with the covers. Now, I wish I could say they didn't screw up the covers like CreateSpace does, but as you can see, like I'm gonna show you the binding, like you can see how it like kinda overlaps, like, and that was my problem on literally every CreateSpace one. But one thing I will say is that this I think I might just like the gloss covers better than the matte ones, which is one thing, but the colors are like really vibrant and really, really nice. And I really do like how bright they came out, and like my little photo that I put on the back turned out pretty good, considering it's kind of a low res photo, and they didn't hassle me about that, which I really liked. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of like the end of my things that I like about KDP. So we're gonna dive into the things that I'm not so wild about. First big thing I'm not so wild about, and this is not something that would like affect once you're actually publishing a book, but to me, I just find it kind of annoying. This stupid banner that they have that goes across. This is not for resale. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind that if I was like sending this to people that I was worried might like resell my book, like ARC reviewers or something, to make a profit and whatever. Although I honestly kind of wouldn't care about that either. But I know why some people might like that, but I freaking hate that. I think it's like so ugly, and it's like covering my title, so I can't really see how my title would really look. It's covering part of my back, which I don't like. And they do that. I know why they do that. I just preferred how CreateSpace did it, where CreateSpace would just have like one page in the back of the book. Let's see if Kindle does that too. No, they don't. But CreateSpace would just have like a page in the back of the book that says like proof copy in big writing, so it's obvious it's like a proof copy. It's not meant to be resold. But no, they have to have this ugly, stupid banner on it, and I hate it. Anyway, I wouldn't mind it so much, except for like one of the copies I bought was like as a gift, a Christmas gift for my my mother-in-law, because she's gonna help beta read for me. But I also wanted her to be able to like have it and enjoy it and stuff of my other book. And it's got this ugly, stupid banner across it, which I really hate it. Like, I really hate the dumb banner. All right, my next complaint, which is like, I'm sure it's probably like a me error, but I don't know how it's a me error because I've never had this problem before, was the formatting, getting the formatting to pass the qualifications that KDP had in their previewer. Now, I have done, like with CreateSpace, I had done 2 or 3 different times and I never had problems with their reviewer. So I guess I'm gonna bundle all my complaints about the previewer together. Now, this may have been partially up to my internet or whatever computer I was on, except for I was on like Utopia internet at home trying to do this, and it still took like 15 minutes. Took forever to load the book into the previewer before you can order a proof copy, which was kind of annoying considering once I kept getting into the proof copy thing, it kept telling me my margins were too small. It kept saying my inside margin was too small, and I was like, no, it's not. I've got my inside margins. I'm like, I know how to do this. I'm not like stupid, because I've done this like twice on CreateSpace without it giving me any hassle. But I guess the inside margin, what my Microsoft Word was calling my inside margin, was not the same as the inside margin, even though I had it set on mirror margins and stuff, like I've always done. Was not the same as what KDP was calling the inside margin. So that was a little bit annoying, and it took me forever to figure that out, and I had to keep re-uploading the stupid thing and thinking I fixed the margins like literally like 20 times before I finally realized I needed to assume that the inside margins and the outside margins were not what they were calling it. So that was a little bit annoying. The other thing that was super annoying is that even though I have, because like I said, I've done this a couple times before and I've never had this problem. Look what I did to my chapters. But that's not how I have it set up on the Word document. Like, I have my Word document page size set to 5x8, which is what I ordered. And I have where this should be on the separate page. I have it set up that way in the Word document. But for some reason, KDP's like dumb previewer thing, when it translated onto KDP, like it screwed them all up. Like this one actually looks like it's like kind of in the right place. But like a bunch of these, the chapter things are in the wrong spot. And this is probably a me error, like I'm not doing something right the way that KDP needs it for formatting or whatever. But it's annoying that they aren't like more clear on how to fix it, because CreateSpace did not have these problems. When I did it on CreateSpace, it was super easy. The stupid previewer didn't take 15 to 20 minutes to load every freaking time. So I didn't like that. Anyway, that's the end of my complaining about that. We're gonna move on to the next thing. Okay, this is the last thing, and honestly, it's the biggest thing to me that I find irritating about the new KDP, because I was expecting them to be at least as good, if not better, because it's an Amazon company, than CreateSpace was in this area, and they are just like, so disappointing. So they have a cover creator tool. So I am grateful that they have some sort of cover creator tool, because that's nice, and I don't have to like learn how to use Photoshop on the fly and make covers from scratch. Except for I kind of do, because their cover creator tool sucks in comparison to CreateSpace's. Like CreateSpace had, oh gosh, I want to say it was like 26 to 32 different designs, like templates you could pick from, and KDP has like 12. So they have like half, if not less than that, than CreateSpace had template-wise. Secondly, their templates suck. They're so boring, and like most of them like are almost the exact same template, only like with slight differences, and they're very blocky looking, and I don't like their options as far as the templates go, which is one problem I don't like. Two, the other thing with the Cover Creator I don't like is that they are not flexible at all about you like changing stuff on the template. CreateSpace wasn't super flexible, but they were a little flexible. You could like resize photos and stuff, and actually make them bigger or smaller as to how much space they used up on the page. But like, for example, this one, I would have liked this to be bigger so I don't have all this negative space, and it doesn't give me that option. It doesn't give me the option to move where that square is where the photo goes, at least not that I can figure out. So that was really annoying. I didn't like, the other thing, it wasn't flexible. And then I also didn't like their color palette as well as I liked CreateSpace's one. CreateSpace, hold on a second. I'll show you. So CreateSpace had a little bit more options as far as more muted colors, whereas KDP has more vibrant colors in their color options, which is fine, I get that. But some of the stuff that I wanted to do, like I wanted to be able to use this kind of more muted blue when I did a reprint of this one, and I ended up having to go with gray, like totally just gray, because they didn't have any kind of gray blue colors really in their options on their stupid color thing. I'm not going to show you the other one I printed of that one because it's a gift for somebody and it's already wrapped up. But I will say that if you like pastels or you like brighter colors, you might like the color palette on KDP better than the color palette that was available on CreateSpace's Cover Creator. But I don't like it. Like, I don't want to always have to have bright colors and stuff. Sometimes that just doesn't fit with the type of book. So I'm gonna have to learn how to do Photoshop and make my own PDF like things to upload, because KDP's is just, oh god, their color, it's just as frustrating to work with, because there's things that you feel like you should be able to do. Like you should be able to like move these blocks like anywhere on the page that you want, where your name goes or where the title goes or whatever, or move the things on the back so you don't have to have such negative space. Like look at all this negative space. Like I'd have to like make a longer description on the back to get rid of that, because it won't let me move this stupid little brick here in this template. You can use one of the other little like template organizers, but those are also limited. There's only like 5 of them or something like that, which is annoying. So if you can't get your like book title or name exactly where you want it on the front, that's kind of annoying. But anyway, I mean, I guess I should just learn how to use Photoshop. But that's the end of my rant. That's the end of my complaints. Like I said, I'm not wild about KDP, but I will say I do feel like pretty much all my complaints are things that I fully expect them to improve on in the future, because I like, judging from their website, because their website also kind of like, when you pull it up, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like one of those like sketchy websites that aren't like finished being set up yet or something. That's another thing, but I guess it's kind of user-friendly because it's pretty simple. Doesn't have a lot of complicated stuff to distract you, but I'm pretty sure that they will end up improving these things over time. I'm pretty confident that these are not going to continuously be issues with them, and that eventually they will add some more stuff to their Cover Creator, which is my biggest complaint, and stuff. But in the meantime, I'm like not wild about how it is, and it's kind of annoying. And you know, I said the Cover Creator is my biggest pet peeve, but I really friggin' hate this stupid banner that goes across there. Anyway, that's the end of my rant, because I've been like being super negative, and I don't want to like give them too much flack, because they're just like going through the process of taking over a company right now. So of course there's going to be some stuff that isn't perfect yet. And I'm sure a lot of those things will get smoothed out in the future. But right now, those are my complaints and the few things that I actually like about them. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully this was helpful for you to know maybe what to expect when you're dealing with KDP. instead of create space now. And you go on with your bad selves and have a good day. Bye.